Paragraph 4.
Asibheke paragraph number 4 ne?
External appearances of the body.
And conditions of the limbs. Nice. External appearance of the body. Yes, we got it.
Okay. Can you interpret it for him, the first line I've read in paragraph 2? Situated over the right.
La ke iyaqhaza ke ngenqeba leli elitholakala kuye umufi sizona kahle ne ukuthi ke lingapha ke ngapha ngaka right la ku interior la ngasesifubeni sakhe ku 1 cm uma uya ngaka right, and then uma ubheka kulo line oya phakathi midline, and then futhi ku 135 cm uma ubheka ngaphezulu kancane nje, and then uyaqhaza futhi ukuthi lokho kugcina futhi kwenza ukuthi kube 3 cm times 1.5 cm i-oval shape into njenge kweqanda nje, then inqeba la khona lelo la dujule khona uyabona lapha. Yes, I do follow.
Let's continue also to the sentence which starts with the word on the same paragraph, my lord. The wound edges appeared seared, situated just below the skin, blackened, granular material consistent with gunshot residue are noted in the underlying soft tissue. In brackets, this wound is consistent with a contact bullet entrance wound.
Njengoba eqoqwa kizo la khulunywa ngale nqeba lokuthi ke uma kubheka eduze kuma edges wale nqeba lekubonakala ke ngaphansi kakuthi kungaphansi kweskin noma isikhumba sakhe, then kunokuloko okukhona okumnyama futhi okunjengama granules uyangizisa lokho kuhambisana nokudutshula kwesibhamu lokho okuthiwa impuphu yakhona igun residue uyangithola gunshot residue, and then kungaphansi kwaso ngesikhumba lesi sakhe la adutshule khona, and then lokho kuhambisana nani nokuthi ke udutshulwe nge-contact blade ukuthi aseduze njengoba sichazile bizo.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, it's understood.
Yeah. Then can you go back to the diagram?
Asibuke i-diagram ke
Sibandi.
asibheke la ne.
Then you remember in your testimony is that the second person was standing at the door.
Uyakhumbula ukuthi efakazini bakho uthe umuntu wesibili bakami emnyango.
Yeah, mina ngicela ngala kumnyango.
Yes, next to the door.
And then it means he was behind the deceased. Is that correct?
Lokho usho ukuthi bayangemuva kwakhe umufi ku. Kuyiqiniso lokho.
Beka ngemuva or beka ngaphambi komufi.
Do you mean that he was behind the deceased or in front of the deceased?
Okay. You can just tell me, maybe I'm mixing the facts, but from your testimony is that that person was standing next to the door facing in-house.
Yes.
Uye ngofakazi bakuthi lo muntu lo bakamela pheka semnyango abheke ngaphakathi endlini.
Yes.
That's correct.
And then the deceased was facing that person facing the exit door.
Then umufi bekaqonda abheke ngakumuntu lo abheke nomnyango lo uphuma.
Yes, ubebheka umnyango uphuma emva kwakhe bengaphambi kwayo umuntu wangena.
Yena umufi bekangaphambi kwalomuntu.
Angisho bebebhekene kanje. So there's no other way ukuthi angaba ngemuva. Uzoba ngemuva kanjani with this?
They were facing each other. There's no way that he will be at the back or behind.
And then at the back of the deceased, it was you. It was yourself.
Ngemva kwakhe umufi benguwe.
No, mina ngithi bese seceleni kanje mangisuka ngizala ngigijima ngithi ngiyabaleka ngiyaphuma. Ibe sengiseceleni kwakho usenzo ngize ngikhona ukushaya noma bengingikhona ukumshaya ngisemva kwakho usenzo.
Isn't that, I mean, my intention was to exit the house running, so I was next to Senzo, the deceased, so I was not going to be able to beat the assailant if I'm behind him.
Okay. But then also, the deceased was shot whilst there was death struggling, whilst the deceased was holding the second person's hand, and you were hitting the second person.
Yes.
Then look to like umufi udutshule ngesikhathi ke kukhona lokuhlangahlangana ngesikhathi yena umufi ke abambe yena lo muntu onhlasela ambambe ngesandla then wena umshaya.
Yes.
That's correct.
And when the shot was fired, it went through, you remember yesterday, it went through from Senzo and it exited.
uyakhumbula ukuthi kuzolo sitheni ngesikhathi akudutshulwa ke lenhlamvu ingene kuye usenzo yasiphuma idlula.
Yeah, ngiyakhumbula.
Yes, I recall.
As a court prisoner, we don't need to interfere with the Madlala's friend's cross-examination, but the witness testified that he had a shot being fired. He never testified, my lord, that that is the shot that struck the deceased. I think, my lord, the counsel and the witness might be at cross purposes, but the witness has already said he had the first shot, and that's when he ran into the bedroom.
Yes.
My lord, I think yesterday I did explain, my lord, to the witness to say these are the findings by the doctor who conducted the post-mortem examination, my lord. And the doctor is not saying it's what the witness is saying. But I'm referring the witness in terms of the findings of the doctor, my lord, as he was directly involved in that position of the deceased when the shot was fired, my lord.
The point of the matter is counsel is laboring under the impression or perhaps understanding the witness to say that that first shot is the one that struck the deceased, whereas the witness is saying he had the first shot and he ran into the bedroom. I think that is the issue, my lord, that needs to be clarified at this stage.
If I may assist as well, I think counsel for the state is also misleading when he says the first shot. The witness never mentioned whether it's a first shot or what. The witness said a shot. You must be clear on that, Your Lordship.
Thank you, my lord. Mr. Madlala, when the shot was fired, okay, in terms of the findings that has been made by the doctor, is that the entry wound is at the front and it exited. My point is on this, is that the gunshot, when the bullet went throughout the body, it exited the deceased. Do you understand that?
Lala ke baba Madlala la sikhuluma ngemiphumela noma ama findings athole ngudokotela ne. Njengoba bonisa ku diagram ukuthi lelikhulu ngesikhathi lidutshulwa ke lingene ngapha ngaphambili la seliphuma kuye umufi liphuma ngasemuva. Uyakuzwisisa lokho?
Okay, ngiyakuzwa.
Yes, I do follow.
But the person who was standing behind the deceased was not injured.
Kodwa lo muntu bekeme ngasemuva kwa umufi azange alimali.
I understand him ukuthi akalimalanga kanjani.
I don't understand. Is he or she is not injured? In what way?
Because makwenzeka njengoba ngisho ukuthi makuqhuma isibhamu mina ngabaleka ngawo qashe ekamereni. Ngizwa ngithi okunye kwenzeka la ngemva ngazi kwenzakalani.
As I said that, immediately when the shot was fired, I ran into the bedroom to hide myself. As to what happened after I left, I don't know.
And angibonanga ngaleso sikhathi ukuthi usenzo wadubuleka because angibona ukuthi inhlamvu yayingena umuntu la iqhuma emoyeni. Ngiyezwa ngiqhuma kwesibhamu. Ngabona after sengibuye endlini ekamereni ukuthi usenzo ulimele.
And by the time when I ran off into the bedroom, I did not notice that Senzo was injured or shot at, because the only thing that I heard is just the shot was fired, then I ran to the bedroom. I then realized when I came back from the bedroom that he was injured.
I'm also referring to this because you were there. Maybe you can assist us. If you cannot, there is no problem with that. It's just what was found by the doctor that the bullet exited, and therefore I am saying to you, if it is true that there was an intruder behind Senzo, then the bullet should have hit that person who is the intruder.
Once again, we object to that, my lord. The question presupposes that one shot was fired, and we submit, my lord, that that could be that might confuse the witness. That is the first thing. And secondly, we submit, my lord, that questions regarding issues of forensic nature should be reserved for the pathologist who conducted the postmortem or the ballistic expert, my lord. It's unfair to expect of a witness to comment on issues very technical as the entrance and exit route, my lord.
There you are.
My lord, I submit, my lord, with due respect that this line of cross-examination is crucial just for this witness, my lord, to respond where he can. If he cannot, there is no harm. I understand it's the findings made by the doctor, but I was just testing in line of what he has testified about regarding the position of the deceased, the second person who was standing with the deceased, and the witness himself when the shot was fired.
Remember, even the doctor might not be able to assist.
My lord.
So I think this requires somebody with ballistic insight.
Insight, my lord.
Yeah, I think that is what Mr. Baloy is raising.
Yes.
Because you are saying, I can hear what you are saying, whoever would have been standing behind Senzo should
Yes.
have been hit
By the bullet.
by the bullet upon exit from Senzo's body.
Yes, my lord.
But then I don't know whether it is for this witness to say whether it's there was no other possibility other than, that is the first, whether there was no other possibility than that person being hit by the bullet, number
Yes.
one. Number two, whether this bullet was, I think that's what he's saying, but I think that's beside the point, to say whether it is the only bullet, because I think whether it's the only bullet is besides the point, because Advocate Msho is talking about this bullet that entered the body and exited.
Yes, my lord.
Whether there were other bullets fired is besides the point.
Yes. Thank you, my lord. That is so. That is so. Thank you. My lord, if I can be allowed to ask just one question with the leave of the court. If it's overruled, it's overruled. The doctor's findings are that the entry wound was in front of the chest of the deceased.
Ungaphawula nokuthi uyakhona ke ngizokubuza naku umbuzo ukuthi ke udokotela noma ama findings kadokotela ke athi ke lenqeba ke lekhulu lingene ngapha ngaphambili la esifubeni.
Angazi lutho ngalo ukuthi la ngena kanjani, ngibuzwa nje manje ingena laphuma ngakho.
I don't know anything about the entrance of this bullet and also the exit. I'm just learning about it right here.
No, it's fine, I understand. But I'm just making reference to this. If you cannot comment, it's okay. Then the doctor, if the doctor says the deceased sustained entry wound in front, whilst the deceased was facing the door, it means the person who fired shot would have been in front of the deceased, not at the back.
As a conclusion, once again, we reiterate our objection. These are technical issues beyond the knowledge of the witness. Firstly, the witness has said he wasn't, after a shot went off, he ran into the house. And secondly, my lord, as we have already indicated, these issues are of a technical nature and should be reserved for experts. And thirdly, my learned friend can take up those issues in argument, my lord, but we respectfully submit that it's unfair to put such questions of a technical nature to a witness.
Okay?
My lord, I do understand it's a technical, it's a scientific evidence that is contained here, and the doctor will still be called. If the witness cannot answer on that, I will accept it, my lord. But I was drawn to the attention of this by the line of evidence the witness has testified about regarding the position of the people at the time when the shot was fired. To say if, because the witness said the shot was fired by people who were behind the deceased, my lord. It means the intruder who had a gunshot with the 3 female persons were behind the deceased. That's the evidence of this witness, my lord. And then the doctor says the deceased sustained entry wound in front of his chest. That is why I was asking in line with what the witness said. What do you say to what the doctor?
Would the witness know how a bullet would behave if it enters in the front under those circumstances?
No, thank you, my lord. I will withdraw.
I think that is what Mr. Balo is raising.
I would.
If he gives you a certain answer and you ask further, I think you'll get stuck.
Thank you, my lord. I will rephrase. I just wanted to put it to the attention of the witness that to say, however, from what we have said, the doctor has found in contrary, and the doctor found that the entry wound was in front, not at the back, if it's true what we have testified about. But I will withdraw the question.
Okay.
How many shots were fired inside the house?
Kudutshuleka ngakhe phakathi lapha endlini.
Ngabe ngiqamba amanga uma ngithi ngiyazi udutshuleka ngakhe. Ngabe ngiqamba amanga uma ngithi ngabala ukuthi kwadutshuleka ngakhe.
I'll be lying if I'm saying that I know how many times the shots were fired.
Okay, did you hear one or more than once? Because there is one that you heard that made you to run away.
Yes.
So uzwe kudutshula kanye noma kudlula kanye ukuthi lokhu kudutshula kanye ngikho kwenza ukuthi ubaleke.
It is one thing. Le shot mayisho ukuqala because ashaya ngezwe amandla bengathi avaleke. Lethu le ngibaleke khona ngayi camera. Okunye kwasala kwenzeka bese ngekho lapho bengishaya na uvalo ngaleso sikhathi.
That is why I'm saying that I did not count, because when the first shot rang, I mean, it hit so hard, even my ears were a bit somehow closed. That's why I ran back into the bedroom. As to what transpired after I left, I cannot tell.
When you entered inside the bedroom, did you have your cell phone with you?
Ngesikhathi ungena ebedroom bophethe cellphone yakho.
Yebo ngiphethe ngize ngayifaka ingubeni ngiyifihlile. Khona ingubo ezazika right mongena eminyango kuleyo camera. Afihle ngube ngayifaka ngaphansi lapho.
Yes, I had my cell phone with myself at that time. I even hid this cell phone underneath the blankets, because when you enter into the bedroom, on the right hand side there were blankets there, so just inserted the phone there, hiding it.
Why didn't you call the police to report that there is a robbery or there is shooting inside this house when you were inside the bedroom now?
Kungani ungafonela amaphoyisa ubatshele ukuthi phela kune robbery kunokukhuthiswa lapha endlini ngesikhathi sokuphakathi ekamereni?
And you had closed the door at that time.
And ngesikhathi besovala isicaba.
Hey, angazi angifikanga lokho yabona makwenzeka into kuwena ku easy ma umuntu engenzeka ngaphambi kwakho ukhulume nje, but into mayisiyenzeka umqondo wakho angeke ucontrol ukuthi awenze ukuthi because into usuyicabanga nje la ukuthi ngiyafa or kufanele ngithole indlela yokuphuma.
It did not cross my mind, and again it's easy for you to say something if the incident it just happened to somebody, it did not happen to you, but then if it happens directly to you, I mean your mind freezes. I mean you cannot think about doing such things. The only thing that you think about is survival, running away, or I'm dying.
Okay. And also Longo Twala ran out before and also did not call anyone, did not call the police to come and attend.
Nayo Longo Twala ke uyimani waphuma wabaleka ke azange abiza amaphoyisa ukuthi eze nawo lapha.
Ngicabanga ukuthi akaza wabiza because ambuza la time ukuthi mawuphuma uphumela ukuthi wathi beyofuna ibackup ne.
I think that he did not call the help of the police, because I inquired from him that when you exited, what was your intention? He said he was going to look for backup.
So eventually, what backup was he referring? Did you see any backup that came?
Ngiphi backup bekakhuluma ngayo? Uyayibona backup iza lapho.
angazi ngibone mhlambe nokunye kusengayiphendulela yena because ngiyacabanga ukuthi usazoza na enkantolo.
I have never seen the backup, but I think on other aspects, he must come and answer for himself because I believe that he's still going to come and testify before this court.
On that aspect. But there is no people who came to intervene after Longo Twala had ran out of the house.
Abekho abantu bayafika bangenelela ngemva kokuthi uLongo aphumile abaleka na.
Cha, bekho abuya.
No.